Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Binding of Isaac Afterbirth. Today's character is Eve. I don't think I played Eve too recently. I'm not even certain, but I'll do it anyway because I like Eve. Eve is a cool gal. Probably the most interestingly balanced character in the game as far as design. Sure, health doesn't hurt, because I can activate Whore of Babylon whenever I want now. Thanks to, I hope this wasn't XL. Okay, we're good. Thanks to having the Razor, which will increase my damage by 1.2 per use at the cost of 1 red heart. And since Whore of Babylon activates at 1 red heart rather than half a red heart for Eve, everything's great. Because you don't have to worry about whether or not you're at a half heart interval. Oh, that's unfortunate. But not really, because it's just getting me closer to having my activation. 2 soul hearts here is good. Means I can worry about health a little less. And technically I could take it now, and it wouldn't have mattered. But I don't know if I'm going to let myself get hit more, or if I'm going to end up using my active item to activate Whore of Babylon. Another thing about the item is instead of just being 1.5 damage up and 0.3 speed up when your health is proper, for Eve specifically it also gives you a 1.0 character damage multiplier to replace your 0.75 multiplier, so it's a really big upgrade. And you thus always want it active, if possible. So, this is my first day since the thing where I'm only gonna... This is my only video today. Just got done streaming, pretty much. Gonna get this done. Perfectly, mind you. But for Eve, I think I'm gonna focus a little less here on shooting all the fires and etc. I'm gonna have a little more on get to boss rush. See if I can get something particularly good. Y'all thought I was gonna mess up. Dang. Moved back slightly too soon. It's not a big deal. Please, dead bird. Okay, thank you. You're an excellent being today. In this very instance. Possibly at no other moment. All good. And that's perfect. That's all stats up, but includes a 1.5 damage multiplier. Okay, I'm just gonna do that. Get my butt out of here. Be rather happy with how things are going. So now my damage should be pretty darn good. I might one-shot these dudes. 2 shots, alright. Still not quite 1 shot. That's fine, though. Because this is still, like, a ton of damage. Even if you're not Eve, this is a bunch of damage for this early in the game. 1.5 damage up and a 1.5 multiplier, since I have 1.0 with the Whore of Babylon active. It's like Isaac with a 1.5 damage up and a magic mushroom, which is 0.3 damage up as well as its multiplier. So it's pretty darn good. I'm a happy guy. Sure, I have extra keys. 2 of hearts I don't really have any interest in. But that's okay. I don't need to have any interest in it. I'll just probably drop it most reasonably. Little horn. Sounds good. I don't have enough money to go to the shop, so I don't need to go for that. If you want to go near one of those, that'd be great. Evidently it doesn't, and that's also great. So our Devil Room, oh nice, tears up and shot speed up like it says. And our Devil Room has an amazing item. It's a respawn that will respawn me as Dark Judas. I'll have 2 black hearts. But I won't be Eve anymore, so I won't have the same bonuses from Whore of Babylon, keep that in mind. But I'll have 2 black hearts, the ability to get red hearts, even though I'm stupidly overpowered. a 2.0 character damage multiplier, and normal Judas stats otherwise. Very good item. I'm not going to focus on that respawn, but if it happens, it happens, and I'm not going to like feel bad about that. Alright, I'm going to go to the curse room. It wouldn't have been a bad idea to respawn there, but I want to play as Eve, not as Dark Judas. I'm just going to leave that for later, once it kind of doesn't matter what character I am, because at some point, really only the early game has any... Your character only really matters in the early game. After a few floors, every character will feel pretty much the same, unless you have some really, really interesting items, which could happen on any character. So, this is Caves XL, which means there are 2 item rooms, 2 bosses, but only 1 of anything else. Besides regular rooms, there are twice as many, 1.8 times as many technically. Regular rooms to deal with. It sucks because I lose a shop, curse room, things like that. But at least I get my item rooms. It also sucks that I lose a devil room. The plus side is, since it's the second possible devil room floor, it was unlikely that I was going to earn it before. Oh, oops. And chances are this should count as the second of, I don't want that, second of the 2 floors, caves floors. So I should get a 50% multiplier instead of a 25% multiplier on my devil room chance, which means I should be slightly more likely to earn this than I would have been if this were caves 1. That's the plus side, but I still could have earned it on caves 1, which is why it still sucks. But I'm looking at the silver lining here. That sort of exists if you want to look at it in such a way. I'm cool with that, I guess. And I'm still very cool with my damage. Okay, I don't know where I'm going exactly, but the dream is find the item rooms. Well, the other item room. So the item I skipped in that first item room was number 2. If I continuously hold shoot for about 3 seconds, I'll drop a butt bomb. So it'll do the area of effect in the room for minor damage and be a bomb. But that's really inconvenient, because I don't always want to be forced to move. And I do want to continuously shoot for 3 seconds most of the time. I don't have one of those builds where that's just not a thing that you're really doing naturally. So I also don't have immunity to bombs. So I'm just not going to mess with it. If I end up with immunity to bombs on this floor, I'll go back for it because it's good. Unless it's Pyromaniac, because then it'll heal me constantly, and that'll be really annoying. I mean, I do want to keep the Razor Blade. And that would let me just keep activating the Razor Blade whenever I got the butt bomb. But that's a ton of hassle for damage that I don't get to keep and don't really want to have to manage constantly. Especially if I have, say, a half red heart and only 1 red heart container. Then I can't keep Polaroid invincibility later in the game, which is the time when that situation is most likely to come up. So that's just not what I'm going to do with my life, basically. Found my other item room. Nice. Also nice. Mystery Sack drops pickups, any random pickup, when it feels like it. It's okay. Alright, let's fight the Frail. No problem. Let's use this and then this. Get that little bit of damage up. Oops. Speed up is good, 0.3. Gertie is not going to be a problem, hopefully. I have a bunch of damage and a good amount of fire rate and the like. Okay. Killing the enemies is certainly no problem because I do so much damage for this point in the game. And Gertie has a ton of health, so the fact that I killed it quickly is good, solid stuff. Alright, so I am good to go, I suppose. I saw everything I needed to see. and we're still on boss rush pace. Getting into the depths at 9 minutes is really fast. So now I can kind of take my time a little more in the depths, which I'm going to need to, because I'm not exactly finding a lot of health. So I'm going to make sure to visit my shops with all these bombs and make sure that I shoot poops and such. Unless I waste like a ton of time through some miracle. Oh man, that sucks. Or getting a lot of rooms with these guys as a different kind of miracle. Oh wow, I was really fast there and I almost screwed myself. I didn't, so it's cool. This guy's gonna split into... Oh, he didn't split into two. What a nice guy. I appreciate that. Your sacrifice will not go unnoticed. Okay, so that's the regular secret room. Yeah, I was gonna say, means this likely has a door going rightward. Couldn't grab that money. It's too tough. Nope. Thank goodness for being way too fast. That does mean that reaction dodges on silly things are a lot more possible. Okay, if you want to kill yourself for me, would have been nice, but not doing so is also acceptable, I suppose. Could bomb into the item room. Probably should. Since I'm really fast, I'll do it. So I'm thinking about the Eternal Heart, and I'm thinking that if I die this floor, I'll want to grab it. And that would be a good reason to die this floor, but remember, once I die, I will be stuck with Whore of Babylon only activating at half a red heart instead of a full red heart, which does pose a potential issue. By the way, Charmed Vampire, absolutely not what I want, especially if I respawn. Having Whore of Babylon, and soon to be having the Polaroid most likely, means that I am not going to want to heal every 13 kills, especially if I have only one red heart. It's just not going to work out. Okay, so I have plenty of money, plenty of bombs to make up the difference that this will have. Didn't even realize I had Curse the Maze. It hadn't screwed me yet, I don't think. But I don't actually want anything, so I'll just buy the Soul Heart. That was a useful Curse the Maze. Now I'm on my way. Thank you, video game. That would have gotten me in there for free as well. Well, so much for taking my time on this floor. If Curse of the Maze is going to play it like that, that's absolutely not worth it. A lot of hassle for no good reason. Look, I found the boss. The only other thing I might want would be a curse room. I don't even know if that exists. Gish will get me Little Gish, which will be my second familiar, unfortunately, so that won't be as useful. But it'll still be something. Shoots Slowing Tears. Generally a nice guy. And this shouldn't be too tough of a fight. No problem. No problem. It's a little slow, because I haven't gotten a damage up since the magic mushroom. But my damage isn't that bad yet. Devil Room should be guaranteed here. Let's see what we've got. Red chests. Typical. Curse of the Tower, you know? I'm going to pass on that, and that's just likely to get me killed. And I'm going to get on my way since I didn't die. Alright then. 13 minutes is plenty of time. I can take my time pretty comfortably here. If it gets to a point where I don't have any soul hearts, though, the best play is going to be to activate the Razor Blade to kill myself. Because normally the Razor Blade doesn't count against your Devil Room chance, and I'd assume that it also doesn't if you use it to kill yourself. So that's probably the play if I lose this soul heart. Unfortunately. But I'll give it a minute. See just how bad things look. I was hoping for a Hierophant. That would have been pretty neat. That slowing is pretty great. I'm allowing for the chance to find a shop or something. Until I see a room that's just so unlikely for me to not get hit that it'd be stupid not to die. I'm going to try and keep this alive as Eve. Haven't really gotten to spend any health in a while, and that's rather inconvenient, I might say. Dang. So that loses me Devil Room chance. I was thinking that I should just die in that room, but I was like, alright, I might get really lucky in this particular spot. And I didn't. So you'll notice that occasionally I'm getting like double keys and stuff, which you can't get without Humbling Bundle normally. That's because when I say that the mystery sack drops random pickups, I mean it drops whatever the heck it wants. That's a pickup. And that includes double stuffs that you normally don't get. You know, special things. Perfect. So I want a red heart, but there's not much I can do about that at the moment. So, okay, that's an eternal heart, which I don't really want. I do want this, that blocks tears, 15 contact damage to enemies, hits very frequently, and is awesome. Just in general, those are its stats. 15 damage, tear blocking, and awesomeness. Restock's a little late. I mean, I'll take it, but it's a little late. Makes it so that stuff in shops will respawn, basically, and you can purchase another of the same type of thing. I wish I could get to that, but we're good to go. So let's fight. We're gonna make boss rush most likely, but I don't have a teleport or anything. So I would have to fight it legit. Yeah, I don't have the stuff. It's okay, boss rush doesn't appeal to me at all. Check for a tinted rock though. That might be the Lost Fly, which is like pretty good, but not happening. So nice thing now, I have Polaroid invincibility every time I get hit. During that invincibility, I can mash the Razor Blade and stack tons of damage ups. So I'll just have a ton of damage for the room, which is rather useful. Obviously. The bomb would spawn up top if I were to get a bomb spawn for the room, so I'm not likely to be able to push a troll bomb in such a way that I could get it down there for that tinted rock. So that tinted rock wasn't a waste to bomb for. Right away. Because I knew that the bomb from the room wasn't happening. I got one, it just didn't matter because it was too far away. Just trying to be thoughtful about that now. Mindful and correct. Almost didn't get him in time. No drop. One day I'm gonna learn to not do that. That didn't do very much. Oops, walked a little too far, but that was totally worth it. I'm seeing Krampus here. I was incorrect. So here's what we do. It didn't stay open, so I walk away, and I'm fine. Could have been better, but it could have been worse. I really felt like it was time for Krampus. That would mean that if I don't get this Devil Room and it doesn't, or if I do and it doesn't have Krampus, then I won't get Krampus this run, which is very rare. So I don't feel bad for being caught off guard by that, because I've probably only not gotten Krampus in a run like 5 times. On runs where I actually took and continued to get Devil Rooms. So I don't feel bad about that. That's close. Okay. Red hearts I don't need. I don't have Dark Bum or anything. Good fight. Like when that room goes cleanly instead of anything else, which could be said about any room. Okay, nothing. I'm not sure about this run, though. Seems like there's a relatively high chance of something going relatively rather wrong. Ooh, that was close. That was my fault. I knew that was going to happen. And I just did not go the right direction for it. Let's see what we've got in here. Not what I was hoping for, that's certain. This is good, though. Higher chance of soul heart drops as opposed to non-specific heart drops. Could save the day, even though it's relatively minor. I don't know how it died. I guess Little Gish fired some shots that were useful. And I'm cool with that. Don't want that. Lucky I didn't pick it up. If I had, I would be screwed because I can't do anything to get rid of it. So, there's always that. As for the bombs, looks like no tinted rocks in here. So I'm out. That's a tinted rock though. Let's see what you got. Small rock, 1 damage up. If I get a tier rate modifier, it'll be 0.2 tiers up. And if I get a speed modifier, it'll be 0.2 speed down. Those have to be picked up after the item, of course. Okay. Please die. Thank you. I want to charge in, but that's not happening. Even though it'd probably be safe. Hush, not possible with this build for me. I mean, it's possible, but it's very, 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 very unlikely. Okay. This room's not up to me if I live or die. Well, if I get hit. I don't think that this boss could possibly get 3 hits on me before it allowed me to kill it. But it could hit me once. And there wouldn't have been anything I could do to stop it. I don't know if I hit them extra times or if they are 2-shot kills, but I assume they're 2-shot kills with this kind of damage. I will bomb for that. I should have waited for it to get out, but it's not a big deal. I normally don't fight this room. We're about to see if that's for a good reason. And it probably is. Now we're good. I just figured I'd pick wrong. Go the wrong way, no matter which way I picked, so I would have to come back through it anyway. Well, I was right. I would have picked wrong no matter which way I picked. So now I can leave and go elsewhere and cry. Because I'm always wrong. But it's not a big deal since I have so much damage. Never trust left except when left is correct. Then you should trust left. Ooh, I do a lot of damage to these guys. Which just means they don't have that much health. but it works. I knew that the orbital was there for that, so I didn't move. That time I actually paid attention since I needed to dodge if he was gonna shoot me. So I don't agree with that. Don't want the health up. This room I will skip because there's no way to choose wrong. Because I can just go from one room to the other if I'm wrong. So here I don't need... It doesn't matter what I kill last because I don't care about either item. Like, more bomb damage is cool. But if that's not the most convenient final kill, then so be it. I don't really need it. Okay. We got it though. 5 more bombs, increased bomb damage, and larger blast radius. It is good. I just know I'm not going to end up using bombs, most likely, so not worried about it. Oh, that's my own bad, but still sucks. So I'm about to be at 1 health pretty much. Take the 1.5 damage up. Isaac won't start shooting you until you shoot him, by the way. Don't shoot at me. Okay, that was risky, but I had to get rid of that thing, or it would have probably cornered me at some point in the near future. I'm really fast, so I can get all these dodges correct without a hassle. See where this gets us. Alright. Relic is a big deal. That drops a soul heart for me every 2 to 5 rooms whenever it feels like it in that range. Common Cold, chance to shoot a tier that poisons enemies for damage over time. That's nice. Eve's Mascara. This run is too weak to actually take, like, normally I take that even though it's trash. Because it's silly, and I like silly. And I'm not against taking bad items if they give me a 2 times damage multiplier. Sometimes. But right now the run is just too weak. And that would almost certainly be a death sentence. Like, you can't dodge that. If it wants to hit you, tough life, man. You're getting hit. So I need to live through, like, 1 more room, which means not get impossible RNG. That's my fault. Because I was going to get the soul heart drop, and I knew it. So that really sucks. But that was, I mean, not the strongest of runs, and I don't think that was because I made bad mistakes, bad choices, did anything particularly wrong. That was just a run that didn't get a lot of health drops. I checked shops when I had them. I could have bombed for some more health on that one shop. Hush would have killed me, though. I can pretty much guarantee you that. And there wasn't much else. I didn't feel there was much else I could have done. So yeah, I lost, but I don't think that's because I'm playing all wrong like some people would say I have been all this time. I think that was just a good old-fashioned loss. And I don't have a problem with that. So I am going to call it here. Sorry about that last 45 seconds, but I hope you enjoyed the episode. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.